Animated Anarchy series presents the Animated Hour of Power.
I can't hear Doug.
Doug, you're muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
sir.
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna because I told you to sit down, Eric. You muted me.
Sabotage.
Yeah. Well, if you sit
I
down,
would never do that.
if you actually sit down, I wouldn't have to tell you to. All right, it is Saturday night. It is that means it is fight night. It is time for the Animated Hour of Power here in the Animated Anarchy series here on the When Toons Combine YouTube channel. And of course, I am your host, Dutchy, joined as always by these three boils on my backside, Money E.
What's up?
Yeah. Sean.
Hola.
Yeah. And Wildcard Dave.
You know that's me.
Yeah. And he drops something.
No, that wasn't me. That was one of them boys.
Yeah. So, oh well. All right. So this is episode 6 of the Animated Hour of Power, and your matches tonight are Jonny Quest versus Space Ghost, Gilligan's Planet versus Battle of the Planets, Solar Opposites versus Harvey, Birdman, Attorney at Law, and the main event is Invincible versus Static Shock. So, all right. So for anybody that needs to know how this works, if you've never watched the show before, 5 categories are going to be selected by the randomizer at random. That's why it's called the randomizer. We go by those 5 categories. If a category wins 3-0, they get 30 points. 3-1 victory means 20 points. 3-2 victory means 10 points, and your opponent gets 5. If you are swept, you lose 10. Everybody, so in the Animated Anarchy series, we have 61 people involved. They each have 4 cartoons in their division. We are kind of plowing through that. Some people, not necessarily tonight, but coming up on the show that will air on Wednesday, a couple people actually have their all of their first round or their first set of matches for all their cartoons finished. That'll be, of course, on Wednesday, and we'll get to that later. But all right, so let's go to the randomizer.
Our favorite tool.
Yep.
Wonder what we're gonna get today, boys.
I don't know. All right, can everybody see the? Can everybody see the screen?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Just gonna hit it once and see what we get.
Wow.
Who said theme song?
Me.
I did.
Well, whoever
I knew it was
actually
gonna
said
be.
it, God listened.
I knew there was gonna be a theme song.
So theme song, voice acting, character development,
Interesting.
merchandise,
Okay.
and impact. So
Ooh.
a couple of these are going to be interesting. And we are going to start. We are going to go all the way back to the 60s for this first battle. And it is a Hanna-Barbera battle, 2 shows from Hanna-Barbera. It is Jonny Quest versus Space Ghost. So Jonny Quest in the division of Pat Skelly. And Space Ghost in the division of my aunt, Lisa Skelly. No relation as far as I know, or at least my buddy Pat refuses to tell me. Because I think he's afraid whether or not we'll actually be cousins. So, but all right. So we got the Battle of House Skelly, I guess. Even though they're not necessarily related.
And they don't. Do they know each other?
No. My aunt
No.
still lives out. My aunt lives out in Elma, New York, and my buddy Pat lives out here.
Okay.
So they do not know each other, as far as I know. But all right, so Johnny Quest versus Space Ghost. We're going to start with theme song. Theme song is very important, and it's actually the start of the show. It gets people pumped up for it. 60s theme songs are kind of tricky because, like, some of them are catchy, some of them are. The hell was this?
I said it's iffy. Their theme songs are iffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, Dave, I actually wasn't looking at you. I was looking at Eric because I think Eric was mimicking you.
No, I was doing this.
Yeah. So,
Wait, was Dave doing the same thing?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, Eric, I'm not actually picking on. I'm not picking on you on purpose. It's just
I know.
You're giving.
It's just funny that Dave was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. So the theme songs, and for these, because these are not necessarily the two more successful Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Although I'm pretty sure, like, these were actually recommended. Like, when I was doing the last tournament, when we were doing the Cartoon Classic, these were actually recommended by my Uncle Dan, my Aunt Lisa's husband, I believe. Well, I don't believe that he's I don't believe that he's my Aunt Lisa's husband, but I believe he is the one that, I do believe he's my Aunt Lisa's husband, but I believe he was the one that also said, you should add these next time you do a tournament. So, because he grew up watching these. So, but as far as theme song goes, before I get myself into a lot of trouble, Dave, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, for theme song right here, I went with Space Ghost. I just thought the little action in the intro was kind of neat, and it was more enjoyable to me. Neither was a great theme song. Neither of them were really catchy in a way that were like, hey, I really like this. But I think Space Ghost got this one by a little bit.
Okay. So, all right. Sean, I'm going to go to you next.
I'm actually the opposite. I went with Johnny Quest on this one.
Okay.
I think it was slightly better. I agree with Dave. Both of them aren't that very good. But the thing that kind of drove me off of not picking Space Ghost is every sequence where there was an explosion, it was the same explosion as the one prior.
Yep.
And there was 4 of them almost consecutively, and it kind of was like, that's kind of lazy.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
But I mean, I understand it was the 60s. They were doing their best, but
right.
To me, Johnny Quest was slightly better.
Right. All right. Eric, break yourself a tie.
I'm going with Sean here. Johnny Quest was, as he said, slightly better, and that's being nice.
All right. So Eric broke the tie, and you said Johnny Quest?
Yes, sir.
All right. So Johnny Quest gets the first first victory there. And my Aunt Lisa has confirmed she does not know Pat Skelly. And she also confirmed that my Uncle Dan is her husband. But anyway, this is what happens when you forget that family members are watching the show. You ramble on like a boob. All right, voice acting. So, again, both shows from the 60s absolutely do what TCX Reaper said. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. So we appreciate that reminder there, TCX Reaper, aka Sean.
Anything for the channel, boys.
Yeah. All right. So voice acting By the way, the person who voiced Jonny Quest is actually a very well-known actor now. Tim Matheson, who is very good at playing a bad guy, so it's kind of weird that he was voicing like the protagonist in this series.
Right.
Obviously, this was very young into his career. But all right, voice acting. Eric, we ended with you last category. We're going to start with you this one.
I'm going with Jonny Quest because I thought it was slightly, and as you said, the actor is more well known. Right?
Okay.
What's his name again?
Tim Matheson.
Yep.
So, all right. Now, Eric, you picking Jonny Quest has nothing to do with the fact that your former boss has said that this is her favorite, that this was her favorite cartoon growing up. Now, does it?
No, I didn't even remember that.
Okay.
I swear.
Just making sure, just trying to throw all biases out the window.
Yep.
All right. Sean, I'm going to go to you next.
This is a hard one, but I'm picking Jonny Quest. I think the voice actor that played Space Ghost was boring, but they made up with it for Zoran, or however you say that guy's name.
Okay.
Whoever voiced him was hilarious. But Space Ghost was just way too boring to keep me like intrigued.
Right.
So Jonny Quest. Sorry.
All right. Dave, it doesn't necessarily matter because Jonny Quest got to win, but go ahead anyway.
Yeah, I agree with these guys on Jonny Quest winning this one. I felt like they had a little bit more voice talent on their side, with their ability to deliver a little better.
Okay. All right. So Jonny Quest is up 2-0 right now. They are one away from a sweep. So Aunt Lisa, I apologize. But unfortunately, Jonny Quest just rules the categories. So, all right, character development. And this is one of those things because in shows in the 60s, I mean, it kind of like, because Jonny Quest, it's like a different mission and like the plot's always the same. Or, I mean, the plot's the same, but like, the missions are different. So there's development there. There's also development in Space Ghost because, again, missions are different, but the plot mostly is the same, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Dave, your voice was not necessarily counted in the last category, so we're going to go ahead and make sure it counts in this category.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Jonny Quest here again. I just think it has more evolving character development, across multiple episodes. Where in Space Ghost, it was kind of, it was a contest of his overall character. Like he was already who he was. There wasn't a lot of growth. It was minimal growth. There was some, but it was very slim. I feel compared to Jonny Quest.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense. I find it funny how like it's when it's two shows, by the way, in the same decade.
Yeah.
All right. Two shows in the same decade and same creators. I like, you put all your eggs in like one basket of one cartoon and kind of get lazy in the other.
Right.
To me, it doesn't kind of make sense. But Eric, we'll go to you next.
Jonny Quest. I thought there was more character. You could see there was more character development, and more because there was more of a story.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
Same, Jonny Quest. A lot more room for the characters to grow, and I think Space Ghost was just very limited.
Yep.
All right. Jonny Quest is going to win this 3-0. It gets the sweep. It gets the 30 points. Unfortunately, that means Space Ghost is going to lose 10. I apologize, Aunt Lisa, but this technically, this is not. I mean, unfortunately, it may not be the strongest cartoon in the division, but also too, it may go up against cartoons later on that it can beat.
Like Samurai Pizza Cats.
Huh?
Like Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yeah. Although Samurai Pizza Cats got a victory a couple weeks ago, so
They did.
Yeah, that is true.
Didn't they sweep?
Yeah, because of these two.
it doesn't matter who did it.
Just proves that the
It's not even.
categories
It's
mean
not even. Don't even blame.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just
Laurel
joking.
and Hardy. Blame the categories.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
if it would have been
that's
different
why I just-
I was
categories,
just
it would have been a
messing with
different
you.
way.
Just proof that the categories do matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yep, exactly.
animation, I had Space Ghost. For
Yeah, my mom just texted me.
for
I
fan
was just
base
joking.
and
I was
cultural
just joking.
impact.
Sean, I think we're both going to be in trouble.
She said, "I'm lucky I voted for Johnny Quest, or I'd be disowned." Proof that she's watching. Hi, Mom.
Doug, who won that vote?
It was very split.
Really?
So,
Wow.
It was a hard one. I mean, I had it like episodes and humor going with Space Ghost just because of Zoran.
Yeah,
I thought he was hilarious.
he was. All
I
right,
only
so
had one.
What? They got more merch, and I feel like Space Ghost has a bit bigger fan base too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Huh.
but also too again because of they come from the same they came from the minds of the same creators. So I just feel like because Johnny Quest is a little more enjoyable to me and well known because they brought it back at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
That's why I think they have a big fan base.
the voice acting with Space Ghost is just so dull.
Yeah, that's the issue. All right, so now we're gonna move on to a Battle of Planets, and one of those is actually called Battle of the Planets. But we have Gilligan's Planet versus Battle of the Planets. Gilligan's Planet is in the division of my cousin Jacob Hummer. And Battle of the Planets is in the division of Karen Bianco. Eric's former supervisor.
I got a question. Was Gilligan's Planet like an animated spin-off of the sitcom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they had an animated
That's what I
Gilligan's
thought.
Island too. Yes, right? Did they not, or was it?
I think there was like different versions. Like one of them was Gilligan's Planet, and then I think there were so back in the early 80s, and this was an actual thing. There was, and I want to say it was Filmation, but I'm not 100% sure. But there was a company that thought it was a good idea to try to recreate sitcoms as
Cartoons.
as cartoons. Yeah.
Okay.
They did it with Gilligan's Island. Well, they turned it into Gilligan's Planet.
Mhm.
Happy Days got a cartoon. Mork and Mindy got a cartoon.
Yeah.
By the way, all voiced by their actors.
Who was the one we did last week? John Candy or whatever.
Well, Camp Candy, that was a couple
Camp
weeks
Candy,
ago. That
yeah.
was
But still the same thing.
well, yeah. I mean,
guess.
it wasn't. It was based on the actor, not based on that. But yeah, it's kind of like it is based off a real, based off something. Yeah. But and then they had one for Star Trek had a animated show. Laverne and Shirley had an animated show. So it's something they tried, didn't necessarily work for a lot of shows. Like Gilligan's Planet only went like 13 episodes.
Okay.
But yeah, so pretty much it is like they were capitalizing because Gilligan's Island, even though this was in 1982 and Gilligan's Island ended in 1967, Gilligan's Island was still very popular, especially in syndication.
It's a good show.
Yeah, exactly. It's still popular in syndication now.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to start with theme song. Again, we said earlier, theme song is how you start the show. And, you really want to start it off on the right foot by having a good theme song so people get interested in the program. Who did that better, Sean?
Battle of the Planets. I like them a lot better. Gilligan's intro was like, to me, it was confusing. It was just, no, not even. It was just confusing. Like, all the talking.
Yeah, was it even an intro?
They were like introducing themselves, but then it's like they like interloop each other's sentences, and it just got really weird and confusing to me. And I think Battle of the Planets just was an actual intro. Wasn't the greatest intro, but it was like an actual show's intro.
Yep.
To me. Yeah.
All right. And I agree with those points, Sean. All right. Eric, let's go to you.
Battle of the Planets, as Sean alluded to. Gilligan's, I don't think it was even really a intro.
By the way, for a show that actually had a really catchy theme song when it was a sitcom, they dropped the ball on this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
It's too much talking.
Yeah. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I have to agree with these two. I feel like the instrumental and high energy type of like space adventure feeling that the Battle of the Planets gives you is more intriguing than Gilligan's Planet.
Right. All right. Battle of the Planets takes the first category. They're 2 away from a sweep. Now we head into voice acting. Now, all the actors that were in Gilligan's Island voiced every one of their characters on Gilligan's Planet. So you had Bob Denver voiced Gilligan, Alan Hale voiced Skipper, Mr. Howell's actor voiced him, and so on and so forth. Battle of the Planet, and for me personally, like, it was kind of hard for me to follow like what everybody was saying in Battle of the Planets. Like, it was kind of hard for me to understand because everything was moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Dave, how do you feel about it?
I went with Battle of the Planets on the voice acting. I just feel like they had a little more way with it. Like they were able to use a little more emphasis and, brought their characters to life a little more, I feel, than Gilligan's Planet. But no shade to Gilligan's Planet. I just think Battle of the Planets had a superior voice acting. That's it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Man, a lot of shade being thrown towards my relatives here. So, all right, Sean, we're going to go to you next.
I'm sticking with Battle of the Planets.
See what I mean?
I just think the original actors, I think they were just too whiny in this cartoon, in a sense. To me, it might have been just the episode I watched, but
I think what it is, because I do kind of see it. It's one of those things to where it's just like
I think they over tried.
Yeah, because they were trying to make it work.
Yeah,
because they were trying
to make it funny
and
stuff. So I understand that, but I think Battle of the Planets just had more of a different range for their voice actors to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
I was going to go opposite, but it doesn't matter. I just went with because of the original cast that did the voice acting.
Well, at least you voted for one category, so you probably will be invited to the next Hummer Family Barbecue if I ever decide to introduce you to that side of the family. But all right, Battle of the Planets wins their second category, one more away from a sweep. Which, by the way, in my cousin Jacob's division, all of his wins so far, because Gem and the Holograms has gotten a win and Muppet Babies has gotten a win. They're in his division. They've all swept. So they both have 30 points. This one not so lucky. So there's always got to be a rotten apple in the bunch. All right, character development. Gilligan's Planet went 13 episodes. Battle of the Planets, I think went a couple of seasons, but I think it only went like 26. But in Battle of the Planets, it seemed more episodic for a show that was in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Gilligan's Planet, like, there was room for development, especially like Gilligan, because, like, you know, just like he developed in the sitcom. So, you know, he had room for development. A couple of the other characters have room for development. You know, a couple of them may have developed badly, in my opinion. But Eric, I'm going to go to you first.
I'm going to go about Gilligan. I just thought the development was more obvious with the sitcom.
Okay. I can tell Dave's in deep thought, so Sean, we're going to go to you next.
I'm still sticking with Battle of the Planets. I think just because they had a longer run gave them the better edge of, you know, character development. Granted, they had only one season, but they had 85 episodes.
Okay.
So I have to be fair and give it to them because they had more room.
All right. And Dave, you're going to break the tie on this one.
Yeah, this one is kind of a little tricky. For this, I do have Gilligan's Planet. I feel like it had a little more depth to it. With how much time it did run, it had a depth with character development. Yes, I do like Sean's point. The other show, Battle of the Planets, lasted a little longer, and you know, it has more room for that. But I feel like they touched pretty good on character development in Gilligan's Island with the 13 episodes they had.
Okay. All right. Well, Jacob, you're not getting swept, so you don't have a cartoon losing 10 points. I mean, it has to come back and win the next two battles. So, but at least it's not getting swept. All right. Merchandise. This one is tricky because now Gilligan's Island had merchandise. But we're not talking about Gilligan's Island. We're talking about his planet. So I don't know, like, if you can. And Battle of the Planets, I'm sure they had action figures back in the day. I don't remember them. I never had any of them. So yeah, this one to me is tricky. So I'm gonna let you guys kind of, you know, talk it out here. And Dave, I'm gonna start with you.
Yeah, I went with Battle of the Planets here for merchandise. I just feel like they have significantly more and better merchandise. Like, I feel like Gilligan's Planet offers very little merchandise. So for like collectors and stuff, like oriented merch. So I would say Battle of the Planets, because you also do have the anime cult fans. So, you know, they'll follow pretty much any anime. So
Wait, Battle of the Planets was another anime?
it's an animated show.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like they would have like their own little cult following as well. So I'm gonna go with Battle of the Planets here.
All right. Eric.
Battle of the Planets. As David alluded to, we're not talking about. I mean, as you alluded to, we're not talking about the whole Gilligan's Island. We're talking about just this little series.
Just the show, or just the cartoon, not the not like the entire franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I went with Battle of the Planets.
All right, Sean, go ahead.
Battle of the Planets. Everything that I looked up, it was like nothing for Gilligan's Planet, maybe a sign or a poster, but
right.
And then you look up anything for like action figures of Battle of the Planets, and they come out with like there's a bunch of stuff.
Yep, and comic books and stuff like that too.
Yeah. So, got to give it where credit's due.
You got apparel and posters, and stuff like that as well. I mean,
Gilligan's Planet, it's all just Gilligan Island stuff. Everywhere I looked.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and that's what you have to differentiate. I'm
not just searching Google. I'm looking everywhere else too. History book. Dang it, my phone.
All right, so Battle of the Planets wins it 3-1. So they will get 20 points. And Gilligan's Island will not lose 10, which is kind of a good thing. Well, for the person that has, for my cousin Jacob, who has Gilligan's Planet in his division. But all right, so the next one, this is one of the more, Sean had difficulty with this one. Solar Opposites versus Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
I didn't have any difficulty.
Yeah. Well, good for you. So, all right. Solar Opposites in the division of Matt Pirani, or however you say his name. Eric, you're friends with him and his wife. You should have been able to help me out with this, but every time I go to you, you have no clue.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't say her.
You don't even know they had a last name?
No, I don't call them by their last name, though.
Aunt Lisa says, Eric, the barbecue is tomorrow at 1 for the Bills game.
Let's go, Bills.
Yeah. Because you gave Gilligan a couple of victories there. So, Dave's ready.
Let's go, Bills.
Is that Keon Coleman?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Coleman.
All right. Solar Opposites in the division of Matt, somebody that Eric works with his wife.
Matt P. Let's just call him Matt P.
All right, we'll go there. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, in the division of one of our co-hosts' lovely wife. That would be Sean's wife, Danielle. So, the hardest one for Sean to judge is the one that has his wife involved.
Would you imagine that?
Careful.
What did he do last time?
She's too busy yelling at your kids right now. She's not watching it.
Didn't she have a show before? Did he?
Yeah, no.
What did he do last time?
Pokemon won.
Okay.
Yeah. She got a OP cartoon in Pokemon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Theme song. Again, this is weird because like I feel like both shows really didn't. They had more of an intro than a song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but who had the better intro, Sean?
Solar Opposites. I laugh every time I watch one of their introductions because at the end it always changes.
Yeah. All right.
This is Earth. I hate it here.
Sean is starting to walk out towards the doghouse.
That's the only one I didn't have a problem with in this category. I hope you know. The rest is just going to probably be like looking over my shoulder to make sure I have to pick the right one.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
Well, I'm going Harvey at Law. I found it just a little bit better from
Okay.
what I remember.
All right, Dave, you're breaking a tie.
Yeah, I agree with Eric here. Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. I think they had the better theme song all around. I did not like Solar Opposites theme.
Well, Eric and Dave know what side to butter up. Just say, not that I'm trying to cause problems in anybody's marriage.
My wife will beat me up.
You can always lie. No,
He
I'm
will
joking.
too. I have to put makeup on.
Well,
and
because
cover
if I
up
lie and she catches me on it, she'll just prove the point. She's quick.
Yeah.
She's either too quick or I'm just like too nice of a guy. So
All right.
Maybe
So
both.
it probably is both, or a little bit of both anyway. All right. Voice acting. Solar Opposites was voiced, at least for the first few seasons, by the same actors as Rick and Morty, right, Sean?
Yep. Well, the same actor as Rick. Not
Morty's actor didn't do anything?
No. I think he was just a writer. In 1 second, I'm actually looking it up. Yeah, no, he's not in it.
Okay.
He's just. I think he's just one of the writers. But no, Justin Roland. He plays the main character of Corvo for like the first, I think, 5 seasons until he said some stupid stuff and got canceled. And now they have some British guy. I don't know who it is. I can't find him, but
all right. So, and Harvey Bird. So both shows actually had really good voice acting, but like the Harvey Birdman, because this was like in the very not early stages, but Adult Swim was really starting to catch on, and so it just depends on like what which voice acting you prefer. And Dave, I'm starting with you.
I'm gonna go with Harvey Birdman here again. I just feel like they have a superior voice casting with star power. They have some comedic legends come on there as well. And then also with Solar Opposites, they did a major recasting decision. So that's a negative in my eyes. Which I mean, it's been more polarizing since the recasting, but I mean, you had to recast your actors there, so I think that's negative in that slot. So I give it to Birdman for being more consistent.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and by the way, today's point about the icons being, being in it, a lot of Harvey Birdman's clients are Hanna-Barbera characters. So them being in it, because by this time Hanna-Barbera not really a thing, but they were absorbed into what would become Warner Media, Warner Brothers, which is who owned Cartoon Network, by the way. So like obviously they bring a lot of those characters in, but Eric, let's go to you next.
I'm going to agree with Dave here. Harvey at Law. The star cast, especially Colbert.
And Stephen Colbert, John Michael Higgins.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill's in it.
Thomas Allen. John Higgins.
A lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah, so it's a great cast. Sean?
Harvey Birdman.
All right.
amazing voice acting in that show. Just in their delivery and some of the dialogue.
Yeah, because it's funny, like hearing like the one episode I watched where Scooby and Shaggy got busted, driving to a party, and like they got busted thinking because they got busted for possession of the potted plant, or not potted plant, but like a certain kind of plant. Which I will not mention because it is a family show, or this is anyway, kind of. But it's just like so it kind of takes a lot of these old school cartoon characters kind of out of their element. But all right, Harvey Birdman has two category victories, one more, and they get the sweep and they get the 30 points. Character development. Now, again, if a show goes episodic, which I think Solar Opposites kind of does, there is room for development. Harvey Birdman, because he's got a different client every show, like it's kind of hard for all those characters to develop, but he does. So, but who hit the character development better, Sean?
I think Solar Opposites did. Just from episodes from Jesse and Yamalak putting people in the wall to not caring to eventually they kind of start having some remorse about it. But then you also have Corvo. He always hates being at Earth and wants to go home, but he's slowly coming around in later episodes as well. And then even in further seasons, they start getting people from in the wall. You'll start having episodes strictly just about that. And there's a lot of character growth in one of the episodes. I ain't going to spoil it, but from weak to like top dog in one episode, it's crazy.
Wow. All right, Eric.
Well, so Solar Opposites not going to get swept, so I'm going Solar Opposites. I agree with John.
Drinking more water.
All right, Dave. What did you have?
Yeah, I agree with these guys. Solar Opposites, they have individual character arcs, and I feel like the characters in Harvey Birdman are more static characters. If you don't know what that means, it's pretty much they don't have any substantial or any changes really throughout the story's plot development, and I don't think Harvey Birdman does. I think he's a static character. He doesn't really undergo many changes.
Okay.
So
you could kind of say the same thing about Corvo, though, as well. If you really think about it, and the more you watch it, you might come to that same thought process that I just had. He has like flashes of developing, but then he'll come like right back.
fair enough.
All right. 2-1. Harvey Birdman can still win with this next category. Merchandise. And I know like there's been t-shirts for like Harvey Birdman and Funko Pops. I believe Harvey Birdman also did have a comic book. I believe. All right, Danielle, maybe you didn't. I don't know why she's arguing with me. This is her. It's her show being represented here.
Got too thin of walls. That's my problem.
Yeah, your real problem is if she could hear me. That's definitely gonna be a problem. But she'll take out on you. All right. But so in Solar Opposites, I really don't know a lot about the merchandise, but whose merchandise was better, Sean?
Oh man,
This is hard.
I don't know, man. I gotta think probably Harvey Birdman. Give me 1 second. Anyway, I had to yell to say the food was here. But no, I think Harvey Birdman would, in my opinion, would have probably more of a following than Solar Opposites. And so I feel like their merchandise sales, like T-shirts and stuff, will be more about it. I don't really see much of Solar Opposite like stuff minus shirts.
I didn't even know what Solar Opposites was until you put it on the list to be part of this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they have like action figures and stuff, kind of like like these guys.
They do. They have a
And
variety of products. Funko Pops, plushies, mugs, stickers, custom made toys.
But yeah, I would go with Harvey Birdman.
Okay, Dave, what are you going to go?
1 second, I will be right back.
I'm actually going with Solar Opposites. Ultimately, I think merchandise is a subjective opinion, but in comparison, I feel like Solar Opposites has a wider variety and officially licensed items. So like they have more items to sell. So I feel like it's a currently going animated show. So I feel like its product is being bought more and because it's up to date.
Okay. All right, Eric.
I feel like Harvey Birdman is more like for people of like the vintage and collectors, nostalgic.
Oh yeah, because it's like it shows from 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's nostalgic mark for Harvey Birdman, which makes it exciting. But I think Solar Opposites got this with how much more they have.
Okay, Eric, break the tie.
This was hard. It's They've made some good points there. So I'm gonna go with Dave here.
Dave's not competing.
No, I'm going with Solar Opposite.
Yeah, that's what you have to say. You have to go with, not with Dave.
Yeah.
Man, I should be a politician.
I think this is the second time you've changed somebody's opinion.
Oh yeah.
Or the fact that Eric probably just didn't have an opinion and was just waiting for somebody to make a good one so he could sponge off it.
No, I actually no, I'm gonna say on there, but
yeah, don't, because if I get in the wall, I mean, this will be the. Yeah, we're not gonna go down that road. I'll throw you at the car. All right. So we're at 2-2. Cultural impact. Which show has had the bigger impact on society? Obviously, Solar Opposites is still going. It's still current, but Harvey Birdman did have quite the impact, especially on the viewers of Adult Swim. So, Eric, I'm going to start with you because you can't sponge.
I'm going with Solar Opposites here.
Okay.
I just think maybe because it's still going on, and so I think the impact is more greater. Harvey Outlaw was 20 years ago, he said?
Yeah. Yeah, but just because the show was 20 years ago doesn't mean that the cultural impact still isn't felt.
True.
All right. But I believe Dave is getting ready to disagree with you, so go ahead, Dave.
Oh, yeah. I'm disagreeing with Eric. I got Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, taking this one. I think this show has a greater and more foundational cultural impact. I feel like this show set up shows like Solar Opposites. I feel like Solar Opposites is just another wave of animation that Harvey Birdman helped pioneer. So I feel like due to that, Harvey Birdman takes this by a huge margin.
Well, what do we have here? We can't go an episode without Sean deciding a winner.
And of course, my wife's part of it.
Yeah.
So, no bias, all fear. I'm picking Harvey Birdman. I think Dave was right. I think this show kind of gave that stepping stone to like shows like Solar Opposites, Rick and Morty, Archer, like that new up and coming kind of like raunchy cartoon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think Solar Opposites, other than it is a great show, I think their only impact is the impact that Rick and Morty had.
Yeah, because it's done by the
It's
creators
like
of Rick
branched
and
off.
Morty.
Yeah, it's like a branch off. Not saying Solar Impact or Opposite is not impactful or had no impact. It probably did. I mean, I like it, but I think like Harvey Birdman was probably the first cartoon that I've seen in that time that out of the blue with the jokes.
It really helped shape Adult Swim. Because
Yeah.
Adult Swim up to that point was mainly just repeats of like Futurama and Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then like Samurai Jack maybe, or
oh crap! I just had the show in my head and now I forgot it. Crap.
I mean, I know Boondocks was part of it too.
Yeah. What was Robot Chicken?
Oh yeah, that was definitely part of it.
After or during? Like, was that prior or during?
I don't remember when it started, but I think they did run at least for like a season or two while Harvey Birdman was going.
Because that would be another precursor.
Yeah. All right. So Harvey Birdman, attorney at law, wins the series 3-2. Eric was so badly trying to cause Sean a divorce, so he could whoop in. But it didn't work. Danielle Fedcheck has a victory for another one of her cartoons. Right now, her cartoons are 2-0. Pokemon got a. By the way, Pokemon didn't get an easy win either.
No, they were what last category.
Yeah, so they had to win 3-2. All right, main event time. So, you can tell it's getting dark out because I can't see Eric. I can't see Eric anymore. But all right. So we have Invincible versus Static Shock. Invincible in the division of Sky Zim. Static Shock in the division of Liam Jolly. So 2 superhero shows. Invincible, because it's a manga, a lot of people do kind of consider it an anime. I don't, because it doesn't come from like from Japanese, like a lot of animes do, but that's neither here nor there. But it is a superhero show that is not like, obviously not like Static Shock because there's a lot of violence involved, but theme song. So again, who had the better opening to their show? And Dave, I'm going to start with you.
I'm gonna go with Static Shock here. I thought they really killed it with their theme song. I enjoyed that theme song. I feel like Invincible could have done a little better on their theme song, to be honest. It did have that like superhero kind of theme, but I've heard that before. Make something original.
All right, Prince of Darkness, you're up.
I'm going with Static Shock. Invincible didn't have it for me. But it was a good show.
Yes,
the intro didn't have it. I just preferred the Static Shock, and it was a good intro.
Fair enough. All right, Sean, go ahead.
I'm going Static Shock here. I enjoyed it more than Invincible. It was a little more different as well.
Okay. Yep. All right, Static Shock starts off with a 1-0 win or 1-0 lead here. Voice acting. Now there's the voice acting in both shows, because it's a superhero show, so it's like very fast paced, very fast moving, and the voice actor is obviously very into it. The voice of Invincible.
Thank you.
You
get everything you need.
Is Glenn from Walking Dead.
Yep.
Invincible, Mark's mom, Invincible's mom, is voiced by Sandra Oh, who was Christina Yang on Grey's Anatomy.
Yep, Christina Yang. I actually watched some Grays recently.
I haven't watched. I see clips online sometimes of like older episodes,
Yeah,
but I used to watch it back in the day.
same.
I couldn't get into it repetitively. If that
Uh,
makes sense.
Religiously, you mean?
Like I could watch like 2 episodes, but that's as far as I could go.
I get it. Get it.
All right. So who takes the category, Eric?
Invisible. I think they just have a better actors. You got well-known names. You got Mark Hamill, Seth Rogen. Yeah, is that Seth Rogen? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in it.
Yeah, Seth Rogen was. Yeah, he was the alien.
All right. Sean, I know you got your camera off, but can you still talk?
Yeah, I just got food. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Oh
gonna-
no, that's all right because I'm going to be doing the same thing after we're done.
Here I gave it to Invincible.
Okay.
A lot more better actors, but a lot more like dynamic dialogue.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Yeah, I agree with them on the voice acting. It's Invincible. I just feel like they have a better, more impressive voice cast. They're extremely star-studded cast. So it's really hard to compete with that. Even though Static Shock, I give them no negative for theirs. I mean, they did have pretty much the DC Productions reach for voice actors, so they were able to reach pretty deep, but I don't think it's deep enough to be Invincible here.
Okay. All right, 1-1. We move on to character development. Both shows can kind of be considered episodic because you do have story arcs for Static Shock.
Yep.
And I feel like when a show is portrayed as episodic and you get a couple story arcs here and there, even if it's just two-part episodes, you do have room for character development. So both shows had it, but who did it better, Dave?
This one was really hard because they both do a fantastic job with it. But I went with Static Shock here. A lot of people would probably go the other way, but I feel like Static Shock, he touches on, daily things that we as people would see. Whereas Invincible, it's more like, brutal psychological and physical fallouts in events, where Static Shock, it's more of like, these kids are bullying this kid and he can't use his powers to stop them, so he's got to figure out a different resolution or something to that effect. Home life as well, they go through challenges. I remember an episode where Static Shock, he's a hero, but cops are like, hey, stop, as he's walking home from school, and he has the backpack on, so he's like, oh no, the racial thing with cops and colored folk. So I feel like they touch on a lot of different subjects and explore a lot more depth with characters, and not only that, but the surrounding environment.
Okay. All right, Eric, we'll go to you next.
I'm going Invisible because for me, I just saw more character development, even watching one episode because it was longer. Development of the kid going from trying to be a superhero like his dad. So I just thought more. If I watched Sad Sophomore, maybe I would change my mind. But for now, Invisible.
Fair enough. All right, Sean, you're breaking a tie.
I'm back. I'm gonna give this one to the Static Shock.
Okay.
I think Dave nailed a bunch of really good points about like how it's like everyday issues, and Invincible is more like the dystopia fantasy type.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Static Shock has a 2-1 lead. They can win with the next category, which is merchandise. I'm a little shocked here, but again, it really does deal. It has to do with the categories. We can say it every week until we're blue in the face that it really does depend. But merchandise. Static Shock had comic books. Invincible was a manga. But Invincible being a newer show, like I'm sure there's like T-shirts and like all sorts of like other like apparel out there, and I'm sure somebody has already gone into developing figures for the show. If not, they should. So somebody take note and do it. Static Shock, I'm pretty sure they had action figures out there, T-shirts, all sorts of apparel. But who wins the merchandise category there, Sean?
Oh, Invincible. I have to give it to them. I mean, my friend Chris, he has a whole book. It's like this thick. Literally. It's the whole story about everything. And I just think they're more, I don't know. It's probably cooler to have their merchandise.
My daughter has that same book.
Like
That thing's thick.
mhm.
It's a big book.
No, I just
All
think Invincible is probably the more relatable to get their merchandise sales higher than Static Shock would be.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I have to agree with Sean here. It's Invincible. I feel like it's more widely available. And it's also had a huge surge in popularity.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just Static Shock's merch is just limited presence. Like there's not a lot. It's less active in the media and all that stuff. So a lot of the merch there is fan driven.
Yeah. I mean, they did have the comic book. They did have a new comic book come out like a couple of years ago.
Right. But I feel like a lot of their stuff's more fan driven.
Yeah.
Stuff to where Invincible is more like, here's our product.
Yeah.
With officially licensed good. So.
All right, Eric, go ahead.
Invisible. If you ever, I think they have the bigger fan base. I know we're not doing fan
That's
base.
not the category.
I take that into account because bigger fan base equals more merch.
Okay. I mean, fair enough.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
At least that's how I see it. I mean,
Yeah. Well, obviously, the
popular.
other two guys kind of agree with that because they voted for Invincible
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are again. We go to to the fifth category. So nobody's coming out without points on this one, like the previous
Yeah.
one.
I
Cultural.
expected this to be. I'm sorry.
I kind of did too. Cultural impact. Now, you can say that Static Shock really did impact the culture, especially with how deep they got into certain issues.
Yep.
Invincible kind of impacts the culture now because it's newer.
Yeah.
But which one had the bigger impact? Because like the argument can be made, well, Static Shock, 20-something years ago, but still because it had a big impact and it still technically kind of felt because people still do look on it with fond nostalgia and, like I said, comic books still come out of the character. He's still not fondly remembered enough to where you can get get the show for free on a streaming service. You got to pay $3, and anywhere that it's available, which is a ripoff, by the way. Especially for people that have to do a show on this. But whose impact was felt more? Eric, I'm starting with you.
I'm going to go with Shock. You made some good points there. With the culture impact, it's, I just think the impact it felt more.
Okay. Sean, I'm going to go to you next.
I'm actually going Invincible here. I think their their quick success and growth as a young show is very impressive. And I also took into consideration, like, if Static Shock didn't have all the crossovers with DC characters, how great would that show really be? You know,
I think it'd still be pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Dave, we're going to let you
Yeah.
break the tie.
I'm gonna have to go with Static Shock here as the first black lead character in a broadcast animated superhero series. It created a cultural touchstone that redefined, children's media and cartoons. I feel like Invincible has had an impact that's significant, but it's more recent. Where Static Shock, it's been around, and I think it's got more profound and historical impact as well. So I take Static Shock here until Invincible is out a little longer and creates that more of that impact. I just feel like Static Shock, with how diverse it was, what it brought to the table, and what areas it touched on, it definitely takes the cake on this one with the icing.
All right. Very, very good point there.
Very good point, Dave.
so
Yeah, don't give me the credit. Give him the credit.
yeah, good job, Doug. You deserve all.
I mean, you made some good points, too, Doug.
Yeah. I mean,
Dave piggybacked off of your inspiration.
I mean, just because I'm the boss doesn't mean I take all the credit. I take about 70%
Well,
of it.
I'm giving credit to both of you.
Yeah.
The double
But-
D's.
No, I mean he is right though, because like it really did set us in, because I think Static Shock, obviously being the first, African American, animated superhero, and this is like the first impact that it has had on that particular culture since Fat Albert was around.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So it was definitely, revolutionary for its time. Static Shock wins at 3-2. They get 10 points. Invincible still gets 5. So this was another close one.
That was a fun
Static Shock was lucky that it got the categories that it got.
Yeah.
one. Yeah. I agree with Dave there.
I do too.
Because I only had them winning three categories. That was that one, the theme song, and originality.
Right. All right. So next week, animated showdown, which will be, it's going to be recorded in just a few minutes, but it'll air this Wednesday at noon. The battles on that episode 6, are 16 versus Chowder, Captain Planet and the Planeteers versus Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, Ninja Kamui. No, I'm saying that wrong, but
It's pretty close.
versus the Boondocks, and the main event is Star Wars Droids versus Tokyo Ghoul. All right, next Saturday night here on this show, the matches will be for Animated Hour of Power. They will be Tasmania versus Rocco's Modern Life, Trigun versus Street Sharks, the Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper the Friendly Ghost versus the Seven Deadly Sins, and the main event is going to be Rocky and Bullwinkle versus Pinky and the Brain.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, the next series of matches after everybody has their first match is going to be a little more evened out. So you're going to see less and less of cartoons going up against anime. Here it was just whatever I could think of to write down. That's what I put down.
Right.
But all right, make sure to like and subscribe to the When Tunes Combined YouTube channel. That's where you're going to find all of our stuff. And of course, join the When Tunes Combine Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/When Tunes Combine. Make sure to also tune in to the Wrestling 30 Years podcast, Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This Friday night, we will be giving our top 10 Ring of Honor wrestlers of all time, our top 10 favorite. Make sure to follow Eric's Unscripted Sports Show. Hopefully, you can see him during that show. Hopefully, he has a light on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it like.
Yeah. So make sure.
I didn't get dark that fast.
Yeah. So make sure you like and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Follow Sean at TCAX Reaper at TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Follow Dave on Twitch at TCAX God1095. Make sure to also follow the Stabcast with Daniel and Mindy, Daniel's Gaming Universe, Dizzle97. And we will see everybody Wednesday.
See you.
Later.
See you guys. Have a good one.